Hello everyone, my name is Ola Adeni Zacchaeus and I have a message for the week beginning 31st of March 2024, and that message says, When Love Turns Sour, Part 1. When Love Turns Sour, Part 1. And I'll be reading 1 Samuel chapter 18 verse 20 and 2 Samuel chapter 6 verse 16 in the New Living Translation, and it reads, In the meantime, Saul's daughter Michal had fallen in love with David, and Saul was delighted when he heard about it. But as the ark of the Lord entered the city of David, Michal, the daughter of Saul, looked down from her window. When she saw King David leaping and dancing before the Lord, she was filled with contempt for him. When I was a little girl, in front of my parents' house were two palm trees. The palm trees were planted and nothing was done thereafter. Nobody watered the trees. We did nothing. And year after year, the palm tree produced coconuts, which we will pluck the husk and eat. Many people operate their marriage and relationships on that principle and then wonder why love turns sour. How did Michal move from being in love with David to having contempt for David? It was a process. For love not to sour in your relationships or your marriage, you need to avoid that process. I'll give us 5 reasons this week, why love turns sour. If you avoid these 5 things, you will find that love will thrive in your marriage and relationships. So why does love turn sour, or how does it turn sour? Number 1, assumption. Assumption, they say, is the lowest form of knowledge. In fact, there is no knowledge in assumption. Any relationship based on assumption or assumptions will fail. Because you love me now, I assume you will always love me. That is an assumption. Love cannot thrive in an atmosphere of assumption. That you love me today doesn't mean you will love me tomorrow. Love is not static. Love is dynamic. You have to work at love every day. Unlike the palm trees in my parents' house, love must be watered and nurtured on a daily basis, and this has to be intentional. Number 2, why does love turn sour? The in-law problem. When family members have the freedom to attack your spouse, especially verbally, the love between both of you will soon turn sour. Saul, Michal's father, didn't think anything of killing David. You must see you and your spouse as one. If a family member or anyone verbally abuses your spouse, you must consider that they have verbally abused you. Don't see yourself as separate from the problem. Number 3, long distance. Long distance can kill the best of marriages. Avoid the long distance thing if you can. With long distance relationships is an assumption that your spouse will be faithful. It may not be so. David was very quick to replace Michal in his life. Number 4 is lack of identification. Michal did not identify with David in his flight from her father, Saul. David was running from cave to cave while she was sleeping in the comfort of the palace. Marriage thrives on identification. You want to move to a foreign land, you want to move to a foreign city, I will go with you. That is love. Not going seems smart, in quote. After all, I get to keep my job, you get to keep your job. But many times, this thinking backfires in reality. Another lack of identification is when your spouse is having issues, but you're not bothered because everything is going on well in your world. Technically, your world should not be different from the world of your spouse. That would be a lack of identification. And finally, for today, why love turns turns sour. An uncontrolled tongue. A sharp tongue will poison the well of love that your spouse or your friend has for you. Use your tongue wisely. Don't let your tongue be too free in your marriage or in your relationships. Otherwise, love will turn sour. Thank you for listening to me. I will bring a concluding part next week of when love turns sour by the grace of God. I wish you and your family a happy Easter. Have a wonderful week. God bless you. Amen. Bye.